Sandoval, Pablo Sandoval.
All right, we're going live. Welcome back to a brand new episode of Charm City Beat. Opening day is finally upon us, and we're here to talk about it. So let's talk about it, boys.
What's up, guys? 3:05 p.m. tomorrow, or what? Thursday, first pitch, Sandoval versus Corbin Burns, who's making his third consecutive opening day start. First one with the Orioles after they traded for him in the offseason. Former Cy Young winning pitcher, drafted by the Orioles, no less. But he returns home to where he, was taken, and it's an exciting new era of Oriole baseball. Any other news happened recently, Ross?
Well, the MLB owners unanimously approved the sale of the Orioles.
And it's done.
Well, that's done. To good old Dave, new friend Dave.
Yep. David Rubenstein, along with some other local names like Cal Ripken, is involved with the ownership of the team. What was it? Mayor Smoke. He's involved. I remember here we talked about it a few weeks ago. That's awesome.
Former New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg is also part owner. Yeah,
But we got money.
bring them out.
We're
Bring
touching
them out.
paper now. We're
Yeah,
touching.
Grant Hill's involved somehow.
Unreal.
Oh,
Yeah, he has control state. He owns control of the team. It's like $1.7 billion sale. And so I think Camden Yards is going to lose its collective mind because my prediction. I know Cal Ripken's catching the first pitch. My prediction is Rubenstein's throwing out that first pitch, and that place is going to lose its mind.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. How's the weather looking for tomorrow's game? What is it supposed to? Is it still supposed to like rain?
Yep.
The last I saw is
I can get you a little semi more accurate. It's hourly for tomorrow. First pitch, 61% chance of rain and 51 degrees with 11-mile-per-hour winds.
Mm,
mm,
that sounds like
like
I will say it does clear up by 5 in terms of rain wise.
so. Are we seeing a delay? Which
Opening day, if they want to do all their festivities, yeah.
Yeah, definitely see a delay in the future. Well, as we know, the opening day begins with the Orioles coming off an impressive 101 win season last year and an impressive 23-6 spring training record to prepare for their start in the AL East. We're on the right track, and they're still doubting us. I read a report actually. I was on Twitter, X, whatever the hell you call it, where they were saying they had us third behind Toronto and the Yankees. That was their prediction.
which is weird to me because the Orioles got better, just because they're young players, they're a year older. They've got a bunch of young guys coming up to add to that group. Obviously, Grayson Rodriguez is taking that next step after a huge second half. But then obviously you add a Corbin Burns into this rotation. You're getting Bradish and Means back earlier in the year. For the other teams, outside Soto going to the Yankees, but they lost their ace in what's his face? The Cole. He's out for a while with an arm injury. So it's like the Orioles are the only team that got better. I feel like everyone else marginally got worse. And so that's surprising to me. No, the Orioles have not won back-to-back division titles since the 70s. So that's something to consider.
Not only did they get better already, in 3 weeks they will get better again. I mean, it's and that whole move. Everyone's once again. I called that, by the way.
Jackson Holiday.
That's just what they do. As much as we didn't want it, and but hey, they 3 weeks. He'll be here. It's not like you said. We have the same team plus more that won 101 games last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Holiday was one of those guys, along with Stowers, Kjerstad, Mayo. They got sent down, and Stowers was interesting because he hit I think it was like 9 home runs or something.
He has a legit great.
He hit 250, and I remember when Jake Fox hit 11 home runs in the spring for us. So I think he looked really good in spring, and he's one of those guys that we saw what he did up here, and I would not want to start him over any of the 4 or 5 guys we have in that outfield, being Mullins, Santander, Hayes, or even Cowser, who made the team as in his second year. It's like too many mouths to feed, honestly, and you have Mateo, who at least brings that speed element. Stowers is just a power hitter that I think the Orioles have plenty of those guys. It's unfortunate. They should just deal him. get rid of his ass. I mean, you're wasting. He's 26 years old. He's not getting any younger.
Yeah. Yep, opening day is back upon us. Exciting season ahead. Outside of just the play, a lot of changes are coming to the stadium. Obviously, new ownership means new opportunities. Coke products and Natty Bow. Got Coke products back, man.
No,
I've
something
seen
I
this.
saw is center field porch is sponsored by Coors Light now.
Is it really?
Yeah, apparently, I don't know. I'm assuming, you can't be too certain, but assuming it was an actual picture, basically giant Coors Light logos in above center field now, man. They said they're gonna sponsor more of the yard off.
Nice. I'm excited about Natty Bow. Now, here's my thing. This is something I was thinking about earlier with Natty Bow. Legendary beer, Baltimore, born. Is it going to, I mean, how much business is it really going to do if it's $10 a can? If I know I can get a steady Eddie for just about the same price.
Yeah. I'm going Duck Pin, Union,
Yeah.
Craft Brewery. I like that it's there. They should name the fence or something, that Eddie Bow fence or something. I like that it's in there. You can have it if you want it. But I agree with you. I'm not going to drink it, but I can get way more hammered for the same price drinking like 6% alcohol.
Yeah, I didn't realize how long it hasn't been there because honestly, I've only ever, when I did order, it was just because I feel like I have to drink at least one while I'm here.
Yeah.
Kind of I always felt like I had to have that and Boogs. If I don't do that at least once at Camden Yards, I feel like I did something wrong. But
shaking them.
Yeah, actually that's how. But still, then when I saw since 16, like, oh, it's been that long. Holy crap!
Yeah, and it's kind of wild. How long has it been again? What is
it? They said it was like 2016.
Okay, yeah. That's nearly a fucking decade.
To be fair, the Orioles were.
Yeah.
I wasn't really going to many games.
Yeah. Just looking back at it, because the Orioles just released some tickets. We tried, couldn't. We just see what it was. Yeah, prices are crazy still.
That standing room only is like 90-something bucks.
I can't ever pay unless it's playoffs. I'm not paying anything more than $20 to see the Orioles play. It's just from years of them being so shitty that you can sit anywhere you wanted for the price of that's the way it is. 81 game. I'm not going to pay to watch the Orioles play. Yeah, that's not the Ravens. It's not Ravens.
Currently, standing room only $59.
$59. I'm not doing that. To watch them play the Angels, get the hell out of here.
Get the hell out of here. I'm going to be the Loonies in Perry Hall.
First real ticket, $74.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean,
it even says limited view.
That'll be fun, but
at least it warns you.
Oh, that's the great thing about SeatGeek. SeatGeek.
Yeah. That's before taxes and whatever.
Well, no, see, I set mine for, I don't know about the tax, but I have mine set for fees at least, so I know.
Yeah.
Well, at least how much, but 74 for the first actual real.
It's not a good game outside being there for the party that is opening day, because it's the Angels, and then it's part of a really easy first half of the year for the Orioles. So they open up against, they only have one playoff team for the first month and a half, and it's the Brewers, who lost their starting pitcher to the Orioles. Their other pitchers had Tommy John surgery. Their number 2 pitcher is actually DL Hall, who we traded to get Corbin Burns. So it tells you a little bit about what their team is like versus ours. I think that their hardest game is May against the Yankees, and by then we'll have Jackson Holiday up. We'll have Radish back. Mm-hmm. And so I think this is a team that can take advantage of having an easier schedule to sort of play around with their food a little bit, which is exciting. After 101 season, I'm all about that.
Meanwhile, Boston started 3 straight series on the West Coast.
Yeah, the Yankees are at Houston, which is a really hard matchup.
3 straight series on the West Coast, and then they open up home against us.
Oh, man.
Which I think it's probably the Boston Marathon game or something, right?
Is it? Oh, my gosh.
We always play them that weekend.
It seems like, we've been playing that game a lot lately.
Always like 1 in the afternoon, 11 in the morning or something.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, I'm excited for the Orioles this year, and obviously Dave Rubenstein, who's a native of Baltimore, buying the team
Mhm.
that he grew up rooting for,
That's
is
all.
such a good story, and it just like cements what was a really tremendous offseason. And outside the death of former owner Peter Angelos, um, and obviously the incident with the Key Bridge, I think is going to cast a little bit of a more somber tone.
Yeah.
I'm curious how the Orioles address it. Definitely moment of silence, maybe something more. I'm hoping a patch would be nice. FSK.
Oh my God,
I don't know.
that would be dope.
That'd be so dope.
That would be dope as shit. That'd be
Yeah.
great if they also made the patch available to the fans. But
And my guess is they'll honor Brooks Robinson maybe a little more than they did last year because it was down the stretch. They probably might unveil something for him.
there may be
Maybe
a
the
Brooks
patch again. I don't
Robinson
know.
day. I could see them doing like a specific game devoted to him, giving like a
Yeah.
bobblehead or something.
Yeah, it's a lot to love about this Oriole team, though. There's so much excitement around it, which I haven't felt this much excitement around a team in a very long time. Last year was awesome, but now that we've just had the success that we did, now it's like World Series or bust, and it's like a nationally recognized like the Orioles are a World Series contender.
Yeah.
That's hard to like deal with as an Oriole fan. I don't know how to comprehend what's happening.
Yeah.
Well, you can tell who the Seminole fans are, the ones that were overly freaking out and basically saying, "What? We're sending Holiday down. World Series over. What are we even doing? We're not even." Joel, not
He's
baseball's
hitting nine when he
162
gets up here.
games.
These are
He's the
small
five.
brain fans.
He's literally going to
Yes,
be the worst hitter on the team. Like, it sucks that he was sent down, but at the same
Yeah.
time, like he's hitting ninth, playing second base. He's like
and
the right
he
fielder
was
when you were
not
in
good
little
against
league. Like that's
lefties.
what he is.
Yeah.
Great speed. I think by the end of the year he might be leading off, but you're not batting him ahead of any of those first front guys.
Yeah.
No, yeah, just
Too many fans don't think big picture. I mean, again, this is a new chapter in Orioles history. David Rubenstein just the shit he's gonna bring. I mean, he's already talking about trying to bring the All-Star game to Baltimore. How fucking cool would that be in July, the All-Star game? Like, come on. That's gonna do wonders for a city, especially after yesterday's tragedy. Shit just happened, and it's gonna do wonders for the local economy. And again, there's not one thing to feel negative about this team right now.
And I think that they have big plans for what is that Oriole Ravens complex, Ravens Walk.
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard the Ravens might bring the NFL draft here in a few years,
Come on, do it.
2027,
Come on.
which would be in the same area. But I think the plan is to really make that like a really great place for sports, mirroring like what the Red Sox, I mean, what the Braves have in Atlanta, which is like a complex surrounding the teams. And the sky's the limit when if you have an owner, hopefully an owner that doesn't mind spending like Steve Bisciotti spends, where you put out something, you get something in return. And if that means going out and getting the top free agents for the first time in years and paying for your own homegrown talent, like
Mhm.
not letting someone like Manny Machado walk out the door would be great. And I know that the reason they've set Jackson Holiday down is because they want that extra year. But he is Scott Boras' agent, as is Gunnar Henderson. So we got to sort of monitor that, and maybe that's them realizing they probably can't bring him back because he's going to get elite top dollar. But I'm
and
excited to
not
see
until
what Rubenstein
and
does
not
there.
until he's about to hit free agency.
Right in 2030 or something. Like
2030,
that's
because
the
he probably will be in the top two for rookie of the year. So we'll
that's
get
the thing. Like
we're gonna
they got it by setting him down for 16 days. They get a whole other year of him. That's like getting the locking in the fifth year for like Lamar Jackson. Like how much that is.
yeah.
I
Exactly.
don't. I love the move. Frankly, it
Like
sucks, but I
like
love it.
like you said, he's a Scott Boras guy. They don't talk until everyone can talk to them.
The only thing I didn't like was, I think I heard it all week was like bedside manner because he had like an unbelievable spring, and the whole idea was that he could play his way onto the team, and I feel like he exceeded all of the expectations. So in my mind, he played his way onto the team, and he still didn't make it. So they should have just came out and said he's not making the team out of spring. Doesn't matter what, because now it looks like we're just like messing with him a little bit. That's the only thing. But
I think if he raked against both sides of both arms, then I think it would have been no issue. I think because of his lefty limited he did, and they're like, oh, Andrew probably going to start three lefties. And then we can play him every day, guaranteed, down in AAA.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but I ultimately think that's just them coming up with an excuse for what is
Yeah.
more or less illegal. Like, I mean, he had a grand slam against left-handed pitcher in his last
This is true.
fucking at bat in spring. So it's like he can't hit left-handers, and he just hit 311 in AAA. So it's like,
Yeah.
he was second in the league in walks. Everyone else who had walk, like he was top five in walks, and he had a 330 average in AAA and AA. Whereas the other guys that were the top five in walks hit like 270. So it's like he's a generational hitter, son of a generational player. Um, and I think that he should be treated as such.
Yeah.
So I do side with fans a little bit, and he earned his way onto the team. I think it's business, frankly.
Okay. Yeah.
At the end of the day, that's all it really is. Let's be honest here. That's all it comes down to. No, but opening day finally upon us. It's going to be a rainy one tomorrow. Probably expect a delay, especially with all they probably have planned. I actually saw a post. I was like, I feel like it's counterproductive. They were doing all the paint and shit, and it's been raining like all day, like serious raining all day. And they did all that prep work yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, I assume it's covered up.
No,
And then I thought it was touching that they did not have their usual workout on Tuesday because of the bridge incident.
Yeah.
Which is really, I mean, it's going to hang heavy over the entire game. And that was what was your thoughts on the bridge going down? I feel like you can't not talk about it.
Yeah, we can't not talk about it. I mean, that's the most biggest story out of Baltimore right now. And I mean, me personally, as a photographer, I've spent a lot of time around Fort Armistead. A lot of time with my camera facing the Key Bridge. And, I'm just that morning, I woke up to like literally it felt like 10 texts asking, are you okay? Okay. Like the bridge just clapped. I'm like, what the hell's going on? And I look and I was like, holy shit. And I'm just going through these photos and it's crazy. It's gonna, to me personally, it's going to cause some issues in Baltimore. I think with the shipping lanes, it's going to affect the local economy. The cleanup project, the fact that 695 is no longer a loop. It's a stop. It's a start and stop. Like there's, it's tough, man. It's crazy. What about you guys? How are y'all feeling about it?
Yeah, I mean,
No,
go Ross, yeah.
no. I just remember I woke up. I was like, I gotta go to the bathroom. And the phone. First, I saw one that was like, what was it? I don't know what that is. And so I was like, that was quick.
Yeah.
I mean, then I was like, what was holding the rest of this bridge together?
Right.
Just one pillar. Oh, see, the first part with the pillar was, I'm like, oh, that's fine. Then I saw the other side, like, oh, that's gonna stay. Nope. I'm just gonna disconnect from the road perfectly.
Yeah.
I mean, I've said it. A few other people said it. As bad as it was, said, imagine that's rush hour.
Yeah.
That the only saving grace is when it happened.
If it had been 4 hours later, that would have been.
It would have gone
It's a
from
tragedy in itself, and prayers go out to the families of that lost loved ones. But if that had been 4 or 5 hours later, that would have been.
It would have gone from 8.
Oh my god!
Down
to 800.
Two recovered.
Cars are stuck on that bridge at rush hour.
Yeah.
Oh.
Basically, like what happened with Minnesota when their bridge collapsed, or Florida's when they had their bridge collapse. All during rush hour. It was 1:30 in the morning. Yeah. And the fact that the boat was able to get the Mayday out as fast as they did. Impressive. And the fact that they were able to get first responders who stopped people from going on the bridge as fast as they did. You saw the one video, you see the two last cars that make it across the bridge. Barely make it. And it wasn't a moment where it got hit. Okay, we can save it off. No, as soon as it got hit, down.
Yeah, I woke up to it. I think like 5 a.m, and I was like, "What in the?" And I thought it was like fake for a second, and it just wasn't. And like the feeling you kind of get seeing that video and knowing just all in one moment, like people died. You just saw people die in real time, and the bridge is gone forever, and what that means. And then knowing like regionally, nationally, even internationally, the impact of that, of what that's going to mean, how long it's going to take just to get the ships and the bridge fixed and everything, like months. It's unbelievable. And then just knowing that it's like still the biggest story in the country right now.
Yeah.
The president spoke on it yesterday. It's just really it's kind of mind numbing a little bit. And it's going to be really weird to not see that bridge.
Yeah.
You're just doing normal things. Like I remember, like we were playing golf at Rocky Point. It's like you have to aim at the bridge on one of the holes because you can't see the flag. It's not that's not how anymore. Or like seeing it from the buildings, or seeing it from the M&T Bank Stadium, or any of those things. It's unbelievable. It's a landmark that's been part of the city's fabric since the mid 70s, and
Just
not there anymore.
just turned 47.
Yeah.
So, literally just this past weekend. It's crazy. I know there's a little snowball spot that me and my family we go to called Gonce's. It's out in Edgemere, and there's a little pier that you can go and you can look out and you can see the bridge. And I've spent many a sunset just looking out at it, and it's gonna be weird just looking out and seeing nothing. That's what's gonna be really weird because again, we're not talking like this small little overpass. Like this is a massive bridge,
Big bridge.
which also goes
Well,
into. Oh, sorry.
Go, yeah, go.
I was going to say, which also goes into the fact of just how big that boat was, because they showed size comparisons, and it's like wow, like you really don't know how big these boats that just come through the harbor are until you see it matched up against a bridge, and it's damn near the same size, if not bigger.
Yeah, it's wild to me. And I know that like federally, they're about to get a lot of support. So that
Yeah.
I think they will end up building the bridge before the year is out, probably starting it. And it's going to be a really awesome bridge, probably when it's finished.
Yeah, it's
But
gonna
there's going to be a period where we get to watch a bridge get built, which is really, really, really cool to think about.
be very rare for
Um,
our generation. Most
to see
bridges
a
are
yeah,
built.
and I think it's going to be one of those bridges that's going to get national attention. It's
Mhm.
going to bring in the best builders from around the country. So it's going to be some sort of some incredible structure, most likely because it's got to go up and over
Yep,
one of the largest seaports in the world.
in the world.
But
Make
yeah,
sure big enough
exactly.
to
It's like
fit giant ass ships through.
not
Yeah,
going to be, but it's nothing's going to be there all year,
yeah.
and it's going to be really weird time in our lives. So it's like I remember the bridge got went down and went back up, and it's kind of like the World Trade Center in New York. It's not quite the same, but I feel like
Yeah.
it is in the sense that everyone knew where they were when it fell, sleeping, and but like everyone's gonna remember like they replaced the World Trade Center, but it's different and
Yeah.
it's not the same, and it was the same kind of thing where it just like went down. Everyone got to see it in social media. It's really horrendous.
Yeah, we'll be in our 70s. Like, I remember in 24 when the bridge came down. Like, holy shit, that's like a reality now. Like, we're gonna be those old people talking about back in the day. I mean, so I feel like our generation, we got tons of fucking stories. But opening day finally upon us. Again, thoughts and prayers go out to the families of those affected. I know the Orioles are gonna have something to pay tribute to them. Any last thoughts though, guys?
Um, Turning attention across Ravens to the Ravens. I mean the NFL draft in a couple weeks at this point. Super excited about that, and just seeing who they get and building onto this team that just added Derrick Henry, and understanding that we have a whole team over there that wants to like bring more stuff to Baltimore, including the NFL draft in a few years, and the renovations to that stadium are underway, and they've got a brand new restaurant team coming in, and there's NFL on Christmas now, and that's probably going to be the Harbaugh brothers or something. Like it's going to be a really great year for the Ravens and the Orioles, and I think
Yep.
it's one of those it's going to be one of those banner years, hopefully, for our team.
Yeah, let's hope we show up and play to that standard. Ross?
Yeah, I got nothing.
We got nothing. Just don't get too drunk tomorrow. Yeah.
What's that on your finger there?
Yeah, you got a little bit of hardware there, huh? What got
And
got here?
nice little ring.
Oh yeah, that's
Congratulations, we're also in your championship.
Yes.
thank you.
Long time coming, we were finally able to do the ring ceremony, but man, wow. Ring looks good. I'm coming for it next year though. Um no, that I really don't have anything else. Just excited for a new Orioles season. Summer, the warmer seasons are here, and it's just gonna. I can't wait for ball games on Friday nights. But that does it for our show. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We will have some opening day content coming out more than this. Hopefully, if things work out. But yeah, stay tuned and goes.